been southbound, I've been hellbound, riding on the midnight train. Going too fast now, think I ought to slow down, standing in the pouring rain.
What's going on, folks? Tristan and Tony here with the One Hell of a Life Outdoor Podcast, and we got our good friend Kade Weatherford back on. It has been a minute, and what's going on, Kade?
Hey, folks. How you doing?
We are going to have a good time tonight.
We are. We're going to get in some good stuff and catch up with Kade and see what the hell he's been up to.
You are? I don't even know what we're supposed to be talking about.
Yeah, we didn't tell you. We just figured we'd wing it, and you're good at talking, so we just get you on the subject, and then we figured we'll be all right.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, first order of business is you just posted the other day. Give us a breakdown for all of our listeners out there where you're sitting. I mean, you don't have to give out unless you got your book in front of you. You want to kind of break that down, what you got as far as availability left and what you're looking to get books. I know you're filling up fast.
Well, I don't have my book in front of me. But I know that I don't have many, I don't have many weekends left. January is about plumb full, like weekdays and everything. I think there's only like a few days. I don't know. I listed them on my Facebook page the other day, on the Delta Thunder Facebook page, and I don't know what dates they were. They're on there. I booked a few of them. I want to say 2 or 3 of them, and yeah, I mean, January there's not much left. December there's a little bit. November got a lot of availability, but I actually booked some November dates, and that season right there is really short. That first season.
Yep.
I booked some today. As a matter of fact, he's going to let me know. Well, they're not officially booked, but the guy that booked them, he's going to let me know here by Friday if he wants them or not. He's just going to make sure his group's good to go. But there is not much left. But I mean, you can still feel free to call. We might have a few filler days, few days that, you know, we might need 2 or 3 people on that we might be able to squeeze in. I don't advertise those days because it's really hard to find 2 or 3 people. But if you got a small group or something like that, we do have some filler days. So, I mean, you can feel free to call in. Here in about another week, we're going to decide if we're going to do early teal or not. The big deciding factor with early teal is what the water situation looks like, because where we hunt teal at, it's all basically it's the bottom of fields that have rainwater in them, and it just depends on how much rainwater's there will vary if we can hunt or not. So, you know, there could be a foot of water there right now, but I don't feel safe myself booking any hunts unless I'm a month and a half away from it. Just simply to the fact that I've got, like, if it's going to have water on it in the first part of August, it's going to hold that water all the way to October when it gets pumped up or flooded for ducks. So we're still working on it. I'm 99% sure that we're going to do early teal, but I'm not 100%. Haven't put it out there yet. We started a call list. If you're interested in doing teal hunts, they're $150 a gun. And then lodging's $40 a night. It's going to be super fun. We talked about even, you know, shoot you limit a teal in the morning. We might even take you dove hunting. Just depends on what we got on our leases that's harvested at the time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the early season stuff's just so hard to do because there's still crop in the field. It's not like duck season when all the crop's out and you can pretty much free range over everything. It's
well, and Kade, mention that to educate, because that was good education for Tristan and I. Educate people what the law is there in Arkansas as far as, rice that hasn't been harvested yet, and as far as hunting those kind of fields?
Well, it's any crop. Any crop. If it's an agricultural crop, like corn, beans, rice, whatever it is, milo, if it's standing, if it was planted and it's standing and you knock it over, it's considered baited. So, I mean...
And that means just if you were trying to walk through it and knock the stubble over.
Well, if you were walking to retrieve a duck or something like that, you shoot one that goes off in some rice. That's why that's why I make really sure before we do any guided stuff what I have. I'm going to make sure that I've got a place where none of that is possible to happen.
Yeah, and I imagine you take pictures of this stuff too, just to cover your own butt, because I know there was a situation, and you don't have to go into this if you don't want to, so I'm not going to give any details, but I know there was a situation you had to deal with one time where, you got lucky the way that this field was set up, and
oh God, yes.
I mean,
yes.
Feel free if you want to share that story, because I think it's a good educational piece for people that are outfitters, especially if you're just getting into this. You think, oh, I got this money, I went out and leased this land, and I'm going to outfit it this year. You better watch it with these federal wardens.
Well, going into it, I knew that you're not supposed to knock any growing standing crop over.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a field that was absolutely millions of teal. And when I mean millions, I mean they look like bees. And I'm not talking about one wad. I'm talking about the farmer was shooting blanks over the top of them with an AR-15 trying to get them to leave the rice field because they were eating all the rice.
Jeez.
So we were doing
it was a teal hive is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were doing...
That'd be a good video name.
We were trying to do them a favor, and because them teal will eat up all the rice, and he'll go from growing 180 bushel average rice to it could be 140 120 bushel rice, somewhere right in there.
That's they're 30-40% hit,
but it's still a pretty good hit. Them ducks will, especially a bunch of ducks, will clear it out. And he was doing everything to get them off. He was like, go in there, kill them. I don't care, whatever you got to do. Well, there was a hole out in this field. It was about 40 foot wide and about 60 foot long.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a dead spot. It was a low spot where the rice never grew. It was just dirt.
Yep. And
the rice field's flooded. So the dirt hole had water in it, But there was about 20 yards of rice we had to walk through in order to get to the hole. And we wanted to put our decoys out there in that hole. So what we did was I had some guys, buddies of mine. We came out there. I brought a 20-foot trailer, and we pulled a trail up by hand. Roots and all. And pulled a perfect trail going to that hole. And then we put the blind. I put an A-frame in the water on the edge of that hole, and we beat them down. But the first day that I hunted it, we had about 5 federal game wardens roll up on us, and I thought they're going to try to get us for something. But to make a really long story short, they looked. We were legal. I was a guide. I never shoot my limit. I let all the clients shoot, and then we get out of there. And but the clients had their limit, and we shot, got out of there. He checked us. He checked everything, made sure we were shooting steel, made sure we had all teal. Made everything. Walked out there with blind, checked everything, and we were all clear to go. And he told me, he's like, there's not a better way that you could have done that. He's like, there's not a better way that you could have been more legal about that. So I'm still very happy about that this day.
That's pretty cool.
Well, and on that note, Kade does.
That was probably the first time that I have ever been checked. Now, I've been checked with friends of mine before, when I was younger, but it was over little stuff. You know, it was, you got your license. Yeah. Okay. Here it is. There you go. Have a nice day.
Mhm.
Wasn't nothing like a hour ordeal like that was. I mean, but before they could get to Tahoe in park, they rolled up in there. I mean, all 4 doors flew open, and I thought they gonna got us for something.
Well, I mean, you know what? And I've been there, not in that exact situation, but it's intimidating if you have like that kind of like 2 boats roll up on you, or you know, I mean, it's just you're sitting there and you're like, holy crap, and you know you didn't do anything wrong, but you don't want to worry about that one jackass, you know, and that comes up to you and gets you on this littlest thing.
Oh, dude, that stuff.
Because I take it, me personally, and I know Cade's the same way. I take that shit so serious that I'm like, dude, look, I am always going to follow the law, you know, and if I can't follow the law, I don't deserve to be hunting. And I don't think there's even room to have an excuse for a mistake, quite honestly. And I know Cade approaches it the same way and takes a lot of pride. The game wardens around there, I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. They know that he runs a respectable outfit, that, you know, he's telling everybody, hey, get this, do this, make sure we follow these rules and laws and everything else. But I just thought that was a unique story, because I think there's a lot of people out there think, hey, we're going to go out and teal hunt. And dude, you might be 1 step away from a federal citation.
Well, you've been with me twice when I've gotten checked.
Oh yeah, no, we had those boys roll up on 4-wheelers. You know, one sitting on the back, one sitting on the front. It's 3 people on one 4-wheeler.
50.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a very big 4-wheeler.
No, and you know what? Every time we've been checked, they've been first thing they always check us for is our licenses, which is standard. Next, I think it's always safety. They check your gun, check your plug, and make sure you're not breaking the law, you know. And every time we've done it, they've been just like, line up. We all do it. Cade has us all get ready. He's like, because you can see him coming.
Well, any outfitter out there, I'll tell you, let me just give you, the game wardens love it when you do this. I don't care who it is. He can be the biggest ass in the world. He's going to love it when you do this. If you get your guys out there and you go, all right, line up right here, and you have the game warden stand in front of me, have them kind of line up in a single file line. That's how I had y'all do it.
Yep.
You show them your license. You hand them you're holding your gun. You're holding your license in a single file line. Walk up there to him. You hand him your license. He looks at it. Then you hand him your gun.
Your unloaded gun, by the way.
You give him the shells. He checks your gun. Then you go stand behind him. That way he already knows that you check. You know, because we goose hunt with big crowds of people. You know, that was 15, 20 people both times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You get people just walking around everywhere. He's not going to know who he checked, and you know, he might think, you know, that might piss him off. You know,
well, it's confusing.
I'd get frustrated if I was trying to do my job and people run around like house cats.
Right. Yeah, that's smart.
Well, yeah, and overall, it just gets you out of the situation sooner. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, and they see it as a sign of respect that, hey, I haven't got nothing to hide here, you know? And so, yeah, but at both times that I've been out there, and it's been 2 different game wardens, or it was one time it was 1, and then this last time was 3. And they were very pleasant to deal with compared to some experiences I've had with game wardens in Illinois.
One on a lighter note story of
Illinois game wardens suck. I will say that on this podcast.
So hey, that means if you're listening to this, you're an Illinois game warden. Hey, listen to us hunters and take a checkup from the neck up and try to
even know what kind of species of duck or what. Just
go learn from the Arkansas Game and Fish. That's all I gotta say.
No, like hire some people that actually hunt. That's what I got. For my suggestion is the state of Illinois. Quit doing stuff and hire some people that actually hunt. You know, they actually go hunting, not some college kid with a biology degree.
Right.
Right.
What was you gonna say?
I like the time when we were leaving a field after a gun hunt or whatever, and Cade was in the truck in front of us, and there was a game warden. There's only one way out of all these fields or whatever, and there's this game warden there, and Cade was in the truck in front of us, and he knew where everyone was going to go through, so he was sitting there. And I guess Cade, what'd you tell him, Cade?
that old boy with the beard.
That game warden that one time when we were in the truck behind you?
Oh, I told him mess with y'all. I told him, I was like, yeah. I'm like, tell him that, yeah.
They got a YouTube channel. And
these guys, I think he even told them, these Florida boys back here.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, just really mess with him. But he was all business. I guess he didn't want to stand out in the rain no longer. But
yeah, right.
I was already, look at me. If it were me, if I was already wet, I would have screwed with you. If dude would have pulled the hey, these are my buddies behind me, screw with them a little bit, I would have 100% done it. Touch you and all that. I'd have done a whole 9 yards.
Hey, while we're on this note, one thing I just want to give 15 seconds at is real quick is some of the most common things I see citations for. Number one, making sure that you sign your state stamp and your federal duck stamp. Make sure you sign your name across that. And that's a big one that can get you a $50 to $100 fine real quick. And what's that? But dude, make sure you sign that. That's the most common one that I see for sure. Or the inability to understand what you need. And I'm not saying I've seen this at Cade's. I'm saying I've seen it in all states. Is that what you need to actually? There's a stamp. If you're hunting on a WMA, you need this WMA fee. Make sure that you're researching all those things. Just to avoid those stupid charges for something. Because to me, it kind of looks like once you got a record, right? And I've taken it like super serious to never have something like that. So
for sure. Yeah.
Anyway.
And they make it so easy with all the apps too. It's like, dude, just download the app, do it, and then you're good.
Yeah, and if you're in a bad signal area,
not all states are easy to do with the app.
That's true. Illinois sucks.
Yes. Bad.
Sorry to bash on Illinois again.
Yeah. No, we're not sorry, and you guys need a new governor.
No, I'll tell you, I bought an Alabama hunting license one time, and I typed in, I was buying a spring turkey permit, and I don't know what I bought, but it was $300, and it was not a hunting license. Still have it till today, and found out. And then I get to my buddy, he's like, "You got your license?" I was like, "Yeah, I got it." And I was like, "Look, I emailed me a receipt, and it's Alabama hunting, whatever, but it wasn't a spring turkey permit, and they don't refund you on no licenses or whatever." But it was a complicated ordeal, but I finally had him direct me that way. I guess when you're from there, you know how to operate it all. I don't know, but I don't. Maybe it's because I work the Game and Fish app all the time here, the Arkansas Game and Fish app. It's the easiest app ever. You literally click on it, and I'm computer technology stupid. I couldn't tell you how to make a Microsoft anything, but you can click on the app, and there's a big tab that says hunting, and there's a big tab that says fishing, and then there's one that says something else. It's very bold what you do.
Yeah.
Click hunting, and if you're looking for dates and bag limits, there's a little tab that says, when you click hunting, it says dates and bag limits. You click it, or license, or it's got literally everything, and it's all laid out on a platter right there. It's very simple. You don't have to go look through a giant list of different licenses and be like, you don't. It's not like you go out of state hunting in Kansas and it's like, or somewhere, anywhere, and you click on it and there's like a whole giant list of licenses. There's fall turkey, winter turkey, spring turkey, summer turkey, indoor turkey, all of it.
Did you say indoor turkey?
He said summer turkey.
Yeah, it's got slingshot fall turkey tag,
slingshot fall turkey quota,
bear trap turkey tag.
Oh, that'd be a unique way to get one.
Oh my gosh!
It gets really confusing. I'm not kidding you. I mean, that ain't obviously.
No, you're right though. You make a valid point.
I think
Obviously, that's not what it's called, but you can you can categorize it in three things: fall and spring. You hit spring. You know, you want, like Kansas has got a bow season, spring turkey, and they got a shotgun. You could make it. Your tab says hunting. You click it. Dates and bag limits. Click or license. You click it. And then you got your species animal, you go down to turkey, you click it, it says fall or spring, you click spring, you click what you, I mean, they could make it a lot simpler. And I'm not the smartest man alive, but this is 2023. I mean, we make it a whole lot easier here.
Yeah.
One thing with the state of, I think it was Georgia's this year that I noticed is on their app, they got it now where, like, if you're going duck hunting, it's like a package already set up. You just click on the package,
simple.
federal duck stamp, WMA, whatever you need, boom, buy the package, you're out. Because before, it's like, you got to look up and be like, well, I need the big game hunting, and I need the WMA permit, and all this other shit. And you're like, did I forget one thing? So I thought it was nice that they put it in little packages
and it
like
even
that.
notices if you have the federal duck stamp, but you had to obviously, the only way they can know you have a federal duck stamp is if you purchased it from the state of Georgia. But if you already have it, it removes that from the package.
Yeah, that's
which
nice.
is so super sick. So it's not like you can duplicate something, you know. But no, I agree with you, Kate. It's easy, you know. And if you're not following the rules and stuff like that, you're really just being and not following the rules. I mean, it's about as simple as that. But no. As waterfowlers, we experience all kinds of extreme weather conditions. Stay bone dry and warm with Frog Togs hunting gear. You can check them out at frogtogs.com or at Frog Togs Hunt on Instagram.
Well, they could make it simpler. And then states like Illinois, you might as well, they don't want you to hunt in Illinois.
No, they don't.
They don't want you to hunt nothing in Illinois. They don't. It's crazy the way that they do all that down there.
Bro, talking about being a lifetime resident, that
keep the liberals out of conservation. It's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it cost me $45 to go and get me either sex tag and an antlerless tag, and now it costs me almost $600, dude.
Well, it's not even worth it, Tony. You
It's
pay.
stupid.
Okay, go through all the loopholes and stuff to get a tag to hunt deer or turkey in Illinois, which is a chore. I mean, it's you got to apply, hope you get drawn, all that, hope you get the county you want, and then, you get that down, you got to buy the license, which is ridiculous. It's overpriced ridiculously. Now, don't get me wrong. Illinois has some fantastic hunting.
Yeah.
Fantastic hunting. But so does Kansas. So does Iowa. So does Kentucky. And all them other places, you ain't got to do all that. And I don't understand it myself. But, and then you get to Illinois, you buy you $600 in licenses after you've worked on trying to get a tag for 2 months. You get harassed by a kid that just come out of liberal school. All of they're like, you come out there with a deer and they're like, that's an illegal deer. And be like, no, that's a donkey I killed, Oh, they don't know what the hell a deer looks like. They ain't never seen one.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I've told you I won't go down the whole story, but I had a young guy like that tried to accuse me of spotlighting deer with one of those roadside hazard lights as two little 12-inch not halogen fluorescent bulbs in it, and he held it up and he showed it to me and he goes, "What is this?" And I wanted, dude, are you kidding me right now? Is what I said to him. I mean, it's just, that's the kind of crap you deal with, and that's where I was going back and saying,
You would
the demeanor is not good.
Well, and piggyback on the price thing too. I mean, honestly, that's what's keeping us out of going there this year, because it's like, dude, the $600. I mean, last year was the first year we got skunked, granted, but
we wouldn't have done it had it not been
$600. Getting tag soup on that when we can go 40 minutes up the road here in Georgia and we know we can kill deer. It's like,
well, I can do that in Arkansas for a couple $100.
yeah, exactly. Go to Arkansas and do it for.
And I know there's some big ass deer in Arkansas. I've seen them from several people, not including Kade and his family and other people we know. There's some big ass deer in Arkansas. You just gotta know how to hunt them. You know.
Yep, you gotta know how to hunt them, and that's what it's like.
Dude, did anybody see the TikTok of the guy? It was, I don't remember what the song was, but it made me cry laughing. It just shows this guy in the morning, pitch black dark, with a bag of corn walking through a freaking field and just letting her rip, Tater Chip. I mean, just it was it had so many thousands of views.
Dude, he's got another one where they like a mallard's coming in the decoys, and it's like pitch black dark out, and they shine a spotlight on him and it shows him drawing a gun on
it. and you know they're just doing this to raise some hell or whatever. But dude, that made me cry laughing so bad.
Something like that, there'd be a federal investigation over it.
Yeah.
You have a helicopter over cash.
Yeah.
Mr. Glenn be shooting him down with his freaking 12 gauge.
No, you'd be shooting him down with that 410 he's got sitting on the shelf.
Hey, I won't give any names, but I have seen Mr. Glenn protect his town and protect his yard against some officer kind, and he told him what he thought about it.
Yeah, that was funny.
No, he wouldn't do such a thing.
Oh man,
he tells it like it is. That's for sure.
He does. So man, one of the things we wanted to dive into, you know, if you're listening to this podcast and stuff, you know, as you guys know, we go out and hunt with Kade quite a bit and everything, and you know, Kade, last year was just an incredible year for you. And I know you're not going to go on, you're not the kind of guy that's going to post on Facebook and say, we shot this many ducks last year. Come book a hunt with us. You know, but dude, I think this is a good platform to let you brag about yourself a little bit. You and Grinder and you know, everybody that helped make that happen last year, because you guys had a very successful year and you were humble about it. I keep asking him halfway through duck season, how many ducks you shot? I don't know. I don't know. I asked Grinder, said, Kade won't tell me how many ducks you guys shot. I go, how many ducks you guys shot? I don't know. I really don't know. Them son of a guns were counting every single one the whole time. But
we keep the count, and it's pretty accurate. It's probably under. I'm not going to say it's like 100 under, but it's probably lower because, you know, I got self-guided guys that come in, and I try to, you know, tell them, you know, hey, how many you got, how many you killed, you know, and everything. And they, a lot of them are honest. And then some of them, you know, I'm not stupid. You know, they might say, oh, we got a few. And then like I'm going to take their pit away from them or something, which I wouldn't. That's bad business. Why would you take somebody out of a place that they're shooting ducks, you know?
Yeah.
You know, they might say, oh, we got 5 or 6, and I know that they got more than that because we've been hammering them in there for, you know, 2 or 3 days. And then, you know, when they leave, we go back in there and hammer them again. I mean, obviously, that they were shooting them. But, I mean, we killed 1,412 last year. I don't, like you said, I don't get on Facebook or nothing like that and just flash that number. And a lot of people, you know, we keep up with it just to kind of, I keep up with it. I keep a track of what the weather was doing and what, you know, each day, what we kill each individual day. And then we'll add it up at the end of the year just because I get a lot of people ask that, well, how many ducks you kill last year? Which it doesn't matter. I could have killed 10 million ducks last year. It doesn't mean you're going to do the same this year. You know, we could kill. The first year that I guided, was the worst year that I've ever duck hunted in my whole life, which was the first year that you guys came with me.
Yeah.
And we didn't even break 300. Had the same, had almost all the same fields that we have today. It was just a bad year. Everybody not shooting them. It was not a good, it doesn't matter if you don't have the weather. And that's what a lot of people don't understand is you got to have the weather in order to have the ducks. And if we're not going to get, if we don't get cold front, if it don't get cold up north, we're not going to have no ducks. Plain and simple. You could have, you know, I hear people talking about, oh, if I had a farm down here, I'd plant it up like they do up there at Habitat Flats. Well, you could have 1 million acres of corn flooded. It would not matter. You're not going to get the ducks if you don't have the weather. I mean, plain and simple. And last year we had good weather. I mean, it was just sometimes we had bad weather and we'd start killing ducks. It made no sense. Why it was like that, don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna say in the background here we got the YouTube going and the teal video from last year at your place is playing, and I mean it probably was 65 degrees that day, and you kind of call it. You called it. I think you're like, yeah, the teal are gonna show back up because it got warm or whatever.
Oh, they were there, and usually when they're there, like when the teal get here, like when a good bunch of greenwing teal get here and it gets cold, yeah, they'll go south of us, but it warms back up, they come right back and they'll sit right on top of us. And we just kept them right on where we needed them to be at last year. And yeah, we shot a bunch of teal, but we shot a bunch of other ducks too. I mean, I'm not saying that we just killed, I'm not saying we killed 1,412 ducks and, you know, 800 of them were teal, but probably 700 of them were teal.
Okay, you know, one thing I think it's important to talk about with the 1,400 ducks that you guys shot last year. Here's the thing that to me is really wild. Is let's scale that. All right. Now, this is not what Kade's got going on, but if you have 12 guides and 24 fields, and you go out and shoot 1,400 ducks, that's one thing. But if you have 2 guides, one that is digging deep all day long, night and day, and Kade doing the same thing, basically you and Grinder, dude, do you happen to have the amount of guided hunts or what am I looking for? Specific hunts that equated to the 1,400, because like I was saying, you guys can only guide so many people, and you try to keep that to a quality level that you can manage and handle so that you can give the best experience for the hunter.
Right.
You know, and so that's what's incredible to me is about the number of ducks you guys. I mean, I'd like to say poor old Banks, but that dog, his first year, what did Grinder say? 800 retrieves?
Something like that. It was something crazy.
Yeah.
That's another thing, though. It's not like we're hunting out of 14 different pits. Last year I had like I had 3. And this year I'll have 2, 3, 4. I'll have 5 is what I'll have this year.
Right on.
I really want to do it that way, but it kind of just happened that way. I mean, that's how it fell into play.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we got 5 fields this year. Had 3 last year, 3 or 4. I can't remember.
You had 4.
But okay, I had 4.
Yep.
And we were really shooting ducks out of 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
We shot ducks out of the other ones, but we shot a majority of them in the other 2. But it could be totally different this year. You know, the other 2 could kill them all, and the 2 good ones last year. I mean, them ducks are weird, man. They're super weird. We got, one of our fields is going to be a Milo. We're going to have flooded Milo, which I'll be the first person that I know of to ever hunt flooded Milo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I first time I'd ever heard of anybody in Arkansas doing that.
Well, yeah, it'll be. We got 80 acres of flooded Milo, and then we'll have a bunch of flooded rice. The rice crop looks absolutely beautiful here. We've gotten more rain this summer than we've ever had. I know in my lifetime, this is the most rain we've got during the summer.
Wow.
Ever. And I even asked Mr. Glenn the other day, we was riding around, and I asked him, I said, do you ever remember it raining this much during the summer? He goes, no, absolutely not.
Wow.
So,
Well,
and
I mean, you would think, I mean, in theory, I mean, obviously you got to have the weather and those other factors, but at least the first factor is right, where the food is the best it could be, you know, for the ducks.
well, the water's there, but we just got to have the temperature. We got to have the weather, which I don't know, this El Nino stuff, they're talking about it getting cool early. So if it gets cool early, that should push the teal down pretty good. That should push the ducks down right on time. I'm thinking that hopefully that opening week, it'll be fire, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not fire opening week and then dead like it was that, you know, that very first year at 2000 and it was 2018 or 2019, one of the two, I can't remember. But that opener, I mean, we bashed them first 4 days, just hammered them. And then after that, it was over. And when I mean it was over, I mean it was over until like the last 2 or 3 days of duck season. Then we started shooting them again. And then duck season closed, and it was over. I mean, from like Thanksgiving Day to like January 28th, we killed maybe 50 ducks. Maybe.
Holy cow, man, that's crazy.
And then hunting the same stuff last year, we killed 1,412, and I don't remember how many we killed the year before last. This will be my 4th year guiding ducks, and it'll be my 5th year as a, you know, because our first year all we did was goose hunts.
Mm-hmm.
But we that first year we didn't kill many at all. I mean, I thought that was the end of me, and then somehow survived through it. And then that next year we killed 1,187. That's what my list says right here. I got them in my notes on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then last year we killed 1,412. So it's starting to progress a little bit more. Hopefully, if we kill more 1,412 ducks this year, I will be tickled. If we kill half of that, I'll be tickled.
Yeah. Do you just kind of off the wall thought I just had? Is there anybody that stuck it out with you from, you know, that first year that you were booking duck hunts that has, you know, booked with you every year and has seen these better years? Like, you know, I mean, I guess, you know, kind of in a way we have, you know, obviously, but we're friends at this point. But
I got your answer. His name's Dave Nelson, South Alabama.
Ladies on Snow Goose.
It broke up. Say it again.
I said David Nelson,
Mm-hmm.
South Alabama. That's my man right there. He came with me when the first year we were I think it was my very first year, because he did a goose hunt the first year.
Mm-hmm.
And the next year he did a duck hunt, and we did okay. They killed like, I don't know. They had some good shoots, like 15, 20, and they come for 3 days every year. It's the same 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then this last year he brought like 8 or 10 people, but they shot out every day that they were here. Like, right. I'm not kidding you. I think he had 10, he had 10. That's what he had. He had 6 and 4. We'd take 6 into this pit. We'd shoot the 6 out, and I told the other 4 guys, I was like,
I was there for that.
Yeah, I told them, I was like, look, y'all can either sleep in to about 8 o'clock, and we'll head out there by 8:30, because I said they'll be done shooting them at 9
Mm-hmm.
if it's been like it has been, or we can go sit in this other blind and stare at the sky and wait. And then we can go over there. And the first day they were like, let's go hunt that blind in the morning. We want to go hunting. So we went over there, didn't fire a shot, just like I expected.
Yep.
And then Grinder calls me. He's like, hey, we need 3 more. I was like, all right, we're leaving right now. I pulled them out, went out there, picked them up. I brought them in, dropped them off, picked the other guys up, brought them out. They shot their 4. I mean, we did that 3 days in a row, just like that. The next day, they were like, you know what? I think we're going to sleep in and just wait her out.
Yeah, dude, they were a great group of guys. I loved. They were awesome to hang out with.
That's kind of how the vets hunt was this year with all of us being out there. I mean, think Griner took like 6 people into that pit or whatever. They all limited out, and then
We had 2 groups. We had
yeah,
2.
2 groups. Yeah. Yeah. And it was incredible because, guys several guys in our group has served several tours in Iraq as Marines, and they'd never experienced this kind of, I'm not going to go down this whole rabbit hole, but the camaraderie of something like that, it attracts us all, whether you're military or not. And to see so many new people, that's just a fraction of what I saw the whole time at Delta Thunder this year, was so many new people. Shout out to some of the guys over there in West Tennessee that came over. People that had never duck hunted before, and they got to have, whether we shot the shit out of them or not, they left there every time telling me, not Kade, but just like, I'm a friend, dude, we had such a great time. And that is and I know that's what Kade lives for. That's what it's all about the experience, and you guys work your ass off to make it happen. No doubt about that.
We try.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to bring up, and that I wrote on the side of this beer can so I didn't forget.
that's one way to do it.
Was, here's a common mistake that and I'm just going to speak for Kade on this. Seeing both sides of the fence, somebody that is just doesn't know, like Tristan and I, when we first started booking with an outfitter, we were so uneducated of how they duck hunt there. How you got to play the game, and it varies county to county, field to field, whatever it is. There's all these different strategies that go into duck hunting, whether you're public land, private land, but specifically on private land is what I want to talk about. And that is, sometimes you can ruin the experience for yourself thinking that you know more than the guide. And I just want to throw that out there. If you're booking a hunt with anybody in any state, anywhere, I don't give a shit where it is, if you think you know more than the guide,
you're an idiot.
You're an idiot. Because, dude, this is what they live for. This is what they do. Their only job is to try to give you the best experience possible. And
well, here's the way I look at it. You're here for 3 days. I'm here for 365 days.
Right.
Fair, yes.
When I go, aside from the duck hunting, when I go off turkey hunting in places, I'm not going to say I kill a turkey every time, but I kill a turkey a lot of times.
Bullshit. You do about every time, to be honest.
Well,
he's giggling.
The thing is I go down there and I'm like, I know what to do. Just turn me loose. No, what I do is I'll go. Usually I'll start with you're at a camp or something like that. I'll start with the oldest guys there that are hunting, the old timers. Because them old timers, you can say whatever you want, and they might talk your ear off. But they've killed more turkeys than you have, guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Do you want coffee that doesn't suck? Get the Duck. Dirty Duck coffee is made specifically for the waterfowl enthusiast. Enjoy flavors like Morning Wood, Dark Dynasty, Cinnamon Teal Snickerdoodle, and First Flight to unlock the flavor that you'll enjoy in the blind for years to come. Our friends at Dirty Duck Coffee Company are now offering all Zero Duck 30 followers a 15% discount when you use code ZeroDuck15 on your next order.
Start with them, and I'm like, where would you suggest, what would you suggest doing? And I start from there, and then I go to from the oldest to the youngest, and I kind of go from there. I'll take everybody's opinion and kind of mix into one and say, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And I start there. And if it doesn't work, then I'll try something else, and until I get it down on pat, and, but me saying that's with anything that you hunt, not just ducks, not just geese, anything. You go deer hunting, you listen to your guide, and you're going to be able to tell if they're out to get your money or not.
Yeah.
There's a very big, I can tell you this, we do not run a golden chandelier operation here. Mm-hmm. But, we're in the heart of duck country.
You run a blue collar operation there is what you do, dude. I love it.
If you go a lot of these duck lodges around here too, they got I don't understand it. Their quality of the hunting is the exact same as mine, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they got $1 million lodge that you're staying, or $10 million lodge you're staying in, and yeah, they're gonna cook for you, and they're gonna juggle, they're gonna juggle bowling pins on a few and all that. But you're paying $4,000 a day to hunt there. It's the same quality hunting that you're getting with not just me, but there's a bunch of smaller outfitters that got the same quality hunting that I do.
Yeah.
And you can get the same deal so much cheaper. You're just not going to get the unicycle and the juggling bowling.
I'm just going to throw it out there. If you're a yuppie, don't come to Delta Thunder Outfitters.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. No, but if you're a girl boy, girl, it doesn't matter. Dude, Kade, talk about that group of girls. Give them a shout out and their organization that come out there and just whoop their ass and have a great time every year snow goose hunting.
And they beat them good. The year before last, they beat them up good. I mean, I didn't know. I knew we'd shoot some, but I didn't think we'd shoot as many as we did. But I mean, they did really well. They come snow goose hunting with me every year. I got 2 or 3 groups of women this year. I can't remember. I know I got 2. I got 2 or more. But the ladies are all. I tell you, if I could. And not just because they're better looking than the men, but if I could, I would. If I could, I would hunt all women. Because I'm telling you, they don't complain not one bit. If they shoot them, cool. If they don't, cool. If they don't see anything, cool. They're there to have fun. And that's what it needs to be. Mm-hmm. A lot of these guys, and I get guys like that too, but not all the time. I mean, every group of women's just a guaranteed they're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
If they're killing no birds, they're gonna find a way to have a good time.
Yep.
And they just everybody needs to be that way.
Yeah, I agree, big time.
That's a very innocent approach to somebody just going out to try to have fun. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, everybody wants to, take a picture with a big pile of birds, but you're not going to get it. I'm sorry, if you're a hunter, that ain't going to happen every time you go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care where you're at, and I don't care who you are or how much money you got. And unless you're hunting them pen raised birds that they turn loose out of a cage.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, a wild bird, you're not going to, there's no way. If you've duck hunted every day of your life and limited out, I'm not talking about one time and limited out. I'm talking about hunt a 60-day season every year, your whole life. You're a liar if you say I've limited out every single day, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're definitely a liar.
Yeah, I think we've always kind of looked at things through the deer hunting lens, just because that's the first thing we did. And you were talking earlier about something that made me think about, the public land success for an elk hunt is less than 10% with an archery tag. And, with deer hunting, it's like so many times that growing up, we might go all season, might take me the last day of the season to kill a deer. So, that's the level of patience, that I hadn't, it kind of helps when you go to duck hunting with that kind of patience, and then all of a sudden those days where you shot 3, it's like, this is a fun day, and that's just kind of how we look at it. But I know it's people that grow up shooting limits their whole life might look at things a little bit different, but I don't know.
No, yeah, I think that is a great perspective because if you're a deer hunter and you've experienced this, which there's so many hundreds of thousands of us, if not millions of hunters that have gotten into the sport some way, it's very true, but I also think that there's a maturity progress that you go through. Well, it's a proven fact, actually, psychologically, that every hunter goes through. And if you take a safety training course in any state, they're probably going to talk about it. And, it goes through this phase of, I just want to kill something. Man, I remember those days, dude. I'd run around with a freaking recurve bow and wooden arrows, and I'd kill every damn thing there was. I'd shoot cardinal bird. No, I'm just kidding. But I'd shoot everything, with a bow, because I just wanted to kill, and then you get a little bit older and you start going, man, while I'm sitting here bored and not having a successful hunt, there's a squirrel sitting next to me and he's just chilling and he doesn't even know I'm here. And that might be a good experience. You know what I mean? And you develop as you go through, your progress as a hunter.
Right.
But, so you guys, I know that you said that you guys got a lot of water there and stuff, but, so the idea is that if you guys continue to hold the water, and I just looked at your forecast for the 10-day forecast and it's brutal, bro. It's like almost every day is like anywhere from 100 to like 103.
Yeah, it's about to get really hot.
And that's not the heat index.
And that's another factor on, well, luckily I'll be gone. But that's another factor on the holding the teal water. You're going to evaporate a lot of water when you get a really hot spell like that.
Yeah. Yep. Well, one of the things that we wanted to also talk about tonight was you're getting ready to head off to the great state of FL that we're from, and we getting ready to do there, slick guy.
I'm about to go fishing for about 8 or 9 days, however long it is.
You're going into it like it's opening day of duck season, getting ready to go down there and hammer their ass, aren't you?
Dude, if I could, I would all summer long.
Oh, so what's the plan? You and Carson heading down there. What do you got set up, and what's kind of like, what's your outlook and your goal? Like, what are you trying to get out of this, and what's your setup for, and what's kind of your, like, obviously it's probably going to change as you get there, but
what part of the state you going to too?
Yeah.
We're going Pensacola. We're fishing in Pensacola Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not man enough to go out to Gulf. And you got to remember, I'm a redneck from Arkansas. I mean,
Yeah.
But Gulf of Mexico is a pretty big lake.
No, that's pretty brave.
That is brave enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good enough.
If you have to deal with tide water, it's brave enough.
Yeah.
Well, we're going. Well, I gotta start it fast or rewind back to 365 days ago. I didn't have anything. Went down there, we had rods and reels and stuff like that, and we would fish off the bank. And it's been that would have been last year was the second year we'd been down there, and the June grass on the beach was just so bad you couldn't fish off the beach.
Mm-hmm.
It was impossible. The June grass just wraps around your line, and it's impossible to get it all off your line.
That sucks.
So I was like, you know what? I'm like, we're gonna have us a boat. So sure enough, I got 2 boats now, and 2 20-foot center consoles. And no, they're not brand new $100,000 center consoles. They're used, but I don't have to have $100,000 center console to go fish for 10 days a year.
Right.
And I use them around here to fish the big lakes here in Arkansas. They're really nice for the big lakes here. You get them nice $100,000 bass boats, you can just run them right over.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be nice, man. We didn't have a boat. We didn't have nothing. I mean, we didn't have nothing.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here. We
started from scratch, and now we got everything. I got Avid. I got some Avid EXW 80 wide reels. I just got one in the mail today, my second one. I got 2 80 wides, 150 wide, a couple of smaller reels for drop fishing over structure and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got a really good graph on my boat. I'm really happy about that. But we're excited, man. We're going to go fish for everything. I mean, I think the snapper season's still in, red snapper. Like, it's in the 28th, and it goes out at the end of July, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll be able to fish for red snapper the first 2 days we're there. And but our main deal is sharks. I've had a
Really?
oh yeah, that's my main deal. I've had kind of a quest. You know how everybody's got everybody's got that trophy list.
Oh yeah.
Mine's a shark. Now I've caught sharks before. I caught one a long time ago in off Dolphin Island. It was a 6-foot bull shark.
That's over there near Mobile Bay, right?
Yeah, it's south. Yeah, it's South Alabama. It's island right off Mobile. But
yep.
I caught one a long time ago, and I wanted to, eat it, and then, mount the jaw, bull the jaw, and everything. You ever watch Jaws where they go in there to Quint's little shack in there, and all the shark jaws were hanging on the wall? I don't have that many, but I'd like to have one pair. Well, I had mine. Pretty set of jaws. We ate it. It was absolutely phenomenal, by the way.
Really?
Oh yeah, that bull shark was really good. I don't remember how they cooked it. Now this was a long time ago. This has been 15 years ago, I bet. But they cooked it, and it was absolutely great. But I cut the jaws out. My granddaddy boiled them for me, and that was a chore. Boiled them for he'd boil them and hang them on the fence and let the flies eat off all the flesh and everything like that. And then when he thought he had it all off, he'd boil them again, and they'd still have a little bit on there, and he'd hang them on the fence, let the flies eat the rest of it off, I finally got it where they hardened up, and it was a really good, pretty set of jaws. And I was so happy about it. And then I think, I don't know, about a year later, I had them they still had a little bit of meat on them, and I didn't want to bring them in the house. They didn't smell bad. They smelled terrible when we first cut them out. You let them hang on the fence. They were absolutely awful. But over time, fast forward a little bit from there, I put them in a potted plant in the corner of my garage, and my stepdad backed them over with a Jeep.
Oh, no.
Places. So my quest for a trophy shark is out there again, and I'd like to eat one again too. So that's our target species. And then my buddy Carson that I fish with, I tell you, if I'm going fishing, he's going too. He's my fishing partner. And and he'll do about anything, any crazy thing I want to do. When I told him years ago, my buddy that lives down there in Florida, he'd been telling me ever since he moved down there, man, come down here, go fishing, man, come down here, go fishing.
Shout out to Lucas.
And my buddy Lucas, and I finally told him, I told Carson, I said, you know what, let's go, let's do it. I want to do it. The first time we just fish off the beach and try to catch something. And then it just kind of hit me again. I was like, you know what? I want a shark. So that's what we're going to catch. I'm hoping to catch a monster in Pensacola Bay. They say they're in there. I don't know if they are or not. I'm not a local, but the first thing, going back to the trust your guide deal, a lot of them locals don't care about them sharks. They want them out of there.
Yep.
I'm just out for one of them, though. But I'm going to go in there. I'm going to go in the bait shop. I do it every year. If you go on a fishing trip and you're doing it yourself, I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you're in South Louisiana trying to catch a redfish, or if you're up in the Ozarks on White River trying to catch a trout. You go into your bait shops or your fly shops or wherever it is, and you ask your guys, say, look, I'm trusting your opinion on this. What do they bite? What bait do I need to use? What rigs do I need to use? And where do I need to fish? You don't have to give me a pinpoint location. Just give me a general area. And don't beat around the bush with them. Tell them, this is what I want to do. I want to catch a shark. And all them guys down there, man, I've still got the map in my truck. The guy at the bait shop, he told me, I'll tell you what. He said, he pulled out a map. He gave it to me, and he got a pin out, and it was a map of the bay, and he circled a buoy right there. He said, you anchor down right around one of these channel markers right here. He said, either this one or this one. He circled 2 of them. He said, if you don't get bit there, he said, you can come back here. He said, ask for Greg. He said, I want you to kick me in the balls as hard as you can.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's pretty confident.
Saying something that strong, I mean, you got to, well.
How much money did you spend with him?
I had at the time last year, and I thought we were going to be able to do it, but my boat wasn't really up running that well, seaworthy enough where I'd trust it. But now we got it top notch. We're ready to go. So I'm excited. I'm super excited.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, and I hope I can't wait. I hope you guys even catch a baby shark, dude. Just be like, look at this freaking monster. I mean, honestly, because like the first time we caught a gator, dude, it was such a cool experience because it's such a predator, right? And I think the same thing goes true with the shark. I mean, Tristan caught a 7-foot lemon shark?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big ass shark, and I didn't even know what a lemon shark was at the time, you know? I mean, I've been out there and seen some big bull sharks swim by the boat and stuff like that. But, you know, I caught a giant nurse shark, and to me, that thing was like a teddy bear.
Those
You
things are
know,
wild.
You know, Morgan caught a nurse shark.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
a heavy haul.
The first year not last year, but the year before last, we went down there, and I told her, I said, hey, we're going to Florida this date. And I tell her this every year. I told her this year. I said, you're more than welcome to go with me.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you don't have to pay for nothing. You know, you're more than welcome to go with me. But we're going down there to go fishing. Yeah, we'll spend a little bit of time at the beach. We'll go out to eat at nice places and everything like that. We'll eat some good seafood. But the main thing we're doing is going down there to go fishing.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't like to go fishing that much. But I'll tell you, the first day we kayaked the bait out, and this is like the June grass wasn't as bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the next day, the June grass rolled in and we just couldn't fish. But that was like the very first time that I ever tried to shark fish. I had a cheap reel and rod set up. It was like $100. And first hour we got bit, dumped the reel, rod bent over, got a good hook set. I reeled on it for a little bit, and I let her reel on it for a little bit. We got it up there, and it finally broke the leader because we couldn't. We were trying to figure out. We were sitting there, and there's like so many different species of sharks, and I knew it was a nurse shark, but we were trying to figure out if it was legal or not, because if it's not legal, you can't pull it out of the water.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we were just holding it on the edge of the beach, and like everybody's like, "Is it legal? Is it legal? Is it legal?" And we got a whole crowd of people. 100 people gathered around us.
Because of the shark.
Everybody got their phone out, video.
Wait, you mean that's just right off where we swim at?
Well, hey, last year we were fishing off the pier, right?
Mm-hmm.
I bet you there was 1,000 people swimming on the beach right there. I bet you there was 1,000. You couldn't see the water for all the people.
Mm-hmm.
Middle of the day, we went out there to the pier. We were just going to take, umbrella, lawn chair, fishing rod, throw it off the pier, try to catch fish,
Mm-hmm.
And so, we're sitting there, and this little girl comes. She goes, "Look, there's a shark. There's a shark." And I was thinking it was just a kid, just saying there's a shark.
Mm-hmm.
Look over the side, and there is a giant shark swimming toward the people along the pier. And I'm like, what are they doing? I'd be yelling, "Get out of the water, run!"
It's Jaws, yeah.
Yeah, it was an 8-foot tiger shark, and the lifeguard guy said that they're like, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
We were down there, and we lived right by we were down, and several times went down to New Smyrna Beach, and it's the shark capital of the world.
Yep, shark bite capital of the world.
Shark bite capital of the world, yeah. And I don't know what that's all about, whatever, but I think you're gonna have a pretty good chance of hitting some sharks. So,
right. Well, hopefully we have some success with that.
Yep. That's cool, man. Our partners at Huntwise are offering an exclusive discount for Zero Duck 30 followers. As an elite member, some of the features you'll immediately gain access to are Huntcast, Windcast, peak kill times, property lines, owner information and phone lookup, 250 map layers, unlimited offline maps, 3D maps, social media, and on top of it all, save up to 50% on some of the top hunting brands in the industry. Download and explore the #1 hunting tool set today and save 20% by using code DUCK30. No, but man, on a serious note, we already talked about the teal. We know what's going on with that. Dude, y'all, if you have not been on a spec hunt, it's such a cool experience, man. You got to go on to our YouTube and look under Delta Thunder, under Project Specs. Or look up whatever that video was I did with me and Kade doing that hunt.
Yeah.
Dude, listen, it's a different experience completely, and it's so much fun. And what I love about the Project Specs video is it really shows, even if you're going out for a duck hunt, what the experience is like at Delta Thunder Outfitters from the time you arrive. It shows all the fun and all the other things we do. But, man, what's going on with spec season, and are you booked for opening weekend?
No, it's full. I mean, I got a few weekdays left, but not many. But it's only like a 13-day season this year.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all hear my wife just a second ago?
No, I
No,
heard
but she
her,
can get on the podcast. She got something to say.
Really? You didn't hear that?
I heard her, but not what she said. I just heard talking.
Oh, well, she's got, she's kind of special.
She gonna kill you.
She's over here yelling and stuff.
She tell you to water her flower bed?
No, we're at my mom's. It rained today too, so.
No worries there.
I ain't gonna worry about that. No, but going back to spec though, no, the weekends are full. We got a very few little bit of weekdays. But you better get them. Early specs usually pretty wild. If you ever wanted to kill a spec or eat one, and that's the time I'd suggest, is that early spec season. It starts October 28th and goes to 28th or 29th, and it goes to November like 10th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
There's not many days left that there are available.
Man, but y'all, if you're wanting to do a spec hunt, seriously, you might not even know you want to do a spec hunt, but if you want to go out for a different waterfowl experience, dude, it's those goofy son of a guns, dude, they're awesome. And when they do it right, it's dirty. It really is.
Big spins. They work really good. There's a lot of them. They decoy really well. They decoy better than a duck to me.
Mm-hmm.
And they taste phenomenal.
Yeah.
They're my favorite waterfowl to eat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They're incredible. No, but if you watch that Project Specs video, dude, I think it tells the whole story, really. I mean, dude, they just... And Kade wasn't even that happy with our results. So that's the funny thing.
I was actually very disappointed. I mean, we did really well, really well, but I was very disappointed. But them specs were acting like they'd been shot at for a month.
Mm-hmm.
When they hadn't even been shot at. So, and they were all young birds. It didn't make any sense.
And you can shoot 3 of them now, right?
Yep. 3 bird limit. You bring 10 people, it's 30 birds. It's a lot of shooting.
It's a lot of eating.
And it's
that's a lot of meat. That is a pile of meat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and if you're used to being a honker hunter, you get your V's, right? Bro, they don't come in like that. They come in doing this anxiety-driven...
No, they come in doing the YMCA.
Yeah, they do. That's exactly. That's good.
Oh, man, they do. But, man, dude, Kade, thanks for taking time out tonight to be on the show with us. I mean, do you got anything else, Tristan, that you want to cover tonight?
No, I mean, it was just good catching up and, covering all the bases for sure.
Yep. And I'll close with this. Me and Kate are talking on the side. If it makes a difference, you getting on this teal list. If there's a weekend of teal,
There's only 2.
well, there's only 2. Guess what?
So if you want a weekend, you better get it now.
Yep. And guess what?
You better call me and say, hey, I want to be put on a reserve list for this date and this date, or, whatever dates. And I'll put you on there, and you'll have first dibs on it. Promise you.
Yep. And here's another thing we're going to promise. I have officially decided that I'm going to be doing some guiding with Kade on those weekends. So if it makes a difference, you want to come out.
Huh? Don't run them.
But if you want to come out and hunt with 0 Duck 30 and potentially be on some footage, if that makes a difference for you, then book that hunt.
No, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Early teal, it's hit or miss. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you we just bash them every day, but we do pretty well for our area.
Yep.
And campfire, lodge, football starting. I mean, it's all fun.
That's right.
Well, and I think it's just this. If you want to hold out and wait and hear what Kade is going to give reports and tell you, he does his lives on Facebook. If you're not following him on Facebook, follow him, because he will give you true what's going on, and if we get
I'm seeing, I don't hide anything.
No.
I've found over the years that the more bluntly honest you can be about things like that, the better. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't do that with ducks and geese because it's a very crooked game here where I live.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody, another outfitter or something that had a bunch of money, saw some of the stuff that I see, and they figured out where it was at, they could go in and offer 3 times more than what I can pay for it, and I'm out. So that's why I don't do it during the normal season. But teal, not a lot of people focus on teal here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But we have a really good farm to hunt on, and we do really well. I mean, really well for our area. I mean, one day you could go out and bash them, and the next day you could not shoot nothing, but that's just a teal. Anybody that's hunted teal will know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying is just keep up on what we're talking about. Keep up on what anytime Kade's jumping on Facebook and doing his lives, when it's getting closer to those dates and opening day of teal, you might be sitting there the night before opening day, and Kade gets on there and goes, oh, shit, the birds are here. We're going to smash them tomorrow. Guess what? Call him that night and just say, man, you got any openings tomorrow? You got any openings in the next 2 days? And there's a really good chance, dude, that if he's got an opening, he's gonna suck you in, and we're gonna go shoot some birds, And on the flip side, if he says it doesn't look all that great, guess what? Nothing lost.
Yep.
So,
right on.
All right, brother, man. Well, we wish you the best. We hope you have a safe trip, man, down there, and a successful trip. I hope you send us a picture of a giant mako or something like that you caught, and you guys have a good time.
I think we lost you for a second. You there?
Yeah, I said I was going to harpoon a whale.
There you go. I don't know the regulations on that, but I don't know. You figure it out.
We'll see you on the FWC website.
Yeah. All right, man. Well,
all right, man. Good talking with Kade.
All right. That'll work, boys.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Catch you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I've been southbound, I've been hellbound, riding on the midnight train. Going too fast now, think I'll slow down, standing in the pouring rain.